everyone, thanks for joining me. Today I want to show you how to very easily hard-boil quail eggs in an Instant Pot. I happen to love my Instant Pot because unlike a traditional pressure cooker where you have to be at the stove monitoring it pretty regularly, with an Instant Pot I can throw the food in and walk away and not have to worry about it. I have also found, as many of you have, when you have backyard fresh eggs, they can be difficult to hard boil in that when you go to peel them, you end up getting parts of the egg peeled off that you would like to eat. So one way to mitigate that is just to take a pin or a needle or something and poke the round end of the eggshell. And that lets more air in, because that's why store-bought eggs are easier to peel after you've hard-boiled them. They have more air between the shell and the egg itself. But with quail eggs, they have a really tough outer shell, and it can be difficult to do that. But I have found that it can very easily be done in the Instant Pot. And this basic method works for every kind of egg that you want. The only thing that's going to change is how long you keep it in the Instant Pot. I'm not going to really get into that today as far as a certain amount of time for each type of egg. We're just going to focus on quail eggs today. So in addition to your Instant Pot, you will want either a very clean sink or a bowl to use as an ice bath. A bowl works really well for quail eggs because they're small. You can use the trivet that came with your Instant Pot to put the eggs on them, but if you're going to do more than just a couple, I really recommend that you buy a steamer basket. You can get these pretty much anywhere kitchen supplies are sold, and this is going to make it so much easier to pull the eggs out of the Instant Pot and get them into that ice bath. You don't want to be using your fingers. It's kind of a pain to use a spoon. So this is cheap and it works really well. And then of course, you're going to want quail eggs. Now I have 42, I think, here, because that is what I use to fill a quart-sized jar. And my husband is really loving pickled quail eggs right now, so I'm going to do a batch. I will give you my pickled quail egg recipe in an upcoming video. So, rinse them off if they're dirty, but all you're going to do is grab the pot that comes with your Instant Pot and put in a steamer basket. Then you need 1 cup of water. All right? And then you can just put your eggs in. You can do as few as you want. You can do 1 egg if you wanted, although that would just give you a bite. And you could put as many in as you comfortably can. It's not going to change the cooking time. It's fine to stack them on top of each other. Just remember that ideally, you're going to be removing this whole basket when you're done cooking your eggs, so you don't want eggs rolling out. It's a pretty quick cooking procedure, so it's okay if you have to do multiple batches. By the way, this Easter, my children decided they wanted to try dyeing quail eggs. And of course I hard boiled them first. It was the first time I'd done that in the Instant Pot. And they turned out so beautiful. Try it. It's kind of a myth that you need white eggs for dyeing. I have always found that darker eggs, more in the brown category, actually turn into much more beautiful colors. Okay. So, there we go. Just going to put the lid on. And the method I use, used to coming at it from that angle, is 2-2-2. So if you're familiar with how cooking times for an Instant Pot are written out, then you'll know what I mean. But all it means is 2 minutes under pressure, 2 minutes with a natural release, and then at least 2 minutes in an ice water bath. So I've put my vent here to sealing, and I'm going to hit manual and set the time to 2. Okay, that's it. Now, while we wait for that to come to pressure and then cook the eggs for 2 minutes, we're gonna create an ice bath. All right, I'm old school. I have plastic ice cube trays. Doesn't matter how you get your ice, as long as you get it in there. I have in the past done just ice cold tap water, or as close to ice cold as I can get. In a pinch, it works, but it's much better to have the ice. And the whole reason behind this, if you don't know, old ice cube trays, is that you want to stop the cooking as soon as possible so your eggs don't get overcooked. There we go. Now I'm just adding cold tap water to this. Okay, I've added my cold water. Now I'm all set. I'm just waiting on the Instant Pot. All right, that means that the eggs have cooked under pressure for 2 minutes. Now we're going to just let them sit there in the Instant Pot without doing anything for another 2 minutes. Now, I'm going to release the vent. All right, the eggs are done. Now, just have to get them out of here and into the ice bath. I may have overfilled this. There we go. There we go. All right, now I'm going to wait another 2 minutes for these eggs to completely cool. All right, my timer says 2 minutes have passed. Now, I could take these lovely hard-boiled quail eggs and just stick them in the fridge to snack on later, but I'm going to be making pickled quail eggs, so I'm going to go ahead and start peeling them now. It always helps, by the way, to start on the fat end. And I will save these shells and kind of pulverize them a bit more, usually just by hand, and feed them back to the quail so that I know they're getting plenty of calcium. Now, can you see? Beautifully peeled. I like to rinse them off because sometimes there's a little bit of grit left from the eggshells. That's really all there is to it. It's so easy. I hope you'll join me for my next video where I'm going to show you how to pickle these eggs. It's a really easy recipe. And my husband, who is the pickled egg person, says they're scrumptious. See you next time. Bye-bye.